Hello to you. You are welcome to another edition of the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. We're broadcasting live from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano here in Accra. I am Charles Osukumi. Coming up. Ghanaian tomato traders caught in terrorist attack in Burkina Faso. Also in the bulletin, NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wants the party to unite and work hard to win the 2028 elections.
The road ahead will demand discipline, sacrifice, and hard work. Victory in 2028 will not be gifted to us. It must be earned, constituency by constituency, household by household.
Some cocoa farmers expressed disappointment with government decision to reduce the producer price for the commodity. And later, National Peace Council takes peace campaigns to tertiary institutions, urging dialogue over confrontations.
We want them to understand that they should not allow themselves to be used to create problems for the future that we want to leave behind for them. They should rather help us build a better future so that when we are no more there, they will have a better Ghana.
We're grateful to you for your time here on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Let's get into the details of the bulletin. We begin from a disturbing situation coming in from Burkina Faso. The government has confirmed a terrorist attack on a truck transporting Ghanaian tomato traders in northern Burkina Faso. According to information from Burkina Faso, the traders were traveling through the town of Titao on Saturday, February 14, when their vehicle came under attack. The circumstances surrounding the incident, including possible casualties and injuries, are not yet officially confirmed. Portions of that statement read, the government of Ghana has received disturbing information from Burkina Faso of a truck carrying tomato traders from Ghana, which was caught in a terrorist attack in Titao, Burkina Faso on Saturday, February 14, 2026. The Ghana embassy in Burkina Faso is liaising with the officials of Burkina Faso to visit the attack site for details and identification of Ghanaians caught in this attack. Well, let's stay with this story. We're joined on the phone lines by security analyst Richard Kumado to help us understand exactly what's going on over there in Burkina Faso. Good evening to you, Mr. Kumado. You're welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom. So details are quite scanty. From our end, we're hearing that government is liaising with the Burkinabe officials to go to the attack site and then to identify the Ghanaians involved in this. What are you hearing from your end?
Definitely, what we heard was that from the distance between Ouagadougou and where the attack took place is about 235 kilometers. It's also close to a town where it's notorious for terror attacks. And so that is what we heard. Then the third thing we heard was that this was a surprise attack at a market where the Ghanaians were usually doing their market stops. And this time around, the terrorists did not ask who is a Ghanaian, who is not a Ghanaian, but they went ahead and took out all the men first before they attacked the women. What is important is that this is a non-trade route. This is a non-country where they are notorious for terror attacks. We will plead and we will recommend for our traders to take travel security risks seriously. Number two, they should liaise with the embassy in Burkina Faso. And number three, they should take their union truck drivers in Burkina Faso seriously.
Okay.
If they had done that, we wouldn't be having the kind of conversation we are having tonight.
Would you advise for security details to be assigned these trucks?
Definitely when they liaise with the embassy in Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, because they are Ghanaians and because it's a well-known route and it's a well-known trade, the embassy staff with the hand side could provide traveling guidelines and they could also provide security escorts. My understanding is that the union leaders and the truck drivers at Burkina Faso also have strong connections within the Burkina Faso military, and they provide that kind of surprise military attaché or security attaché to the travelers. On this particular occasion, I think we lose our guard, and many of these warnings were overlooked. Having said that, we wish them well, and we wish they would do more, liaising with the embassy, liaising with the truck drivers who are well known and they know the tracks of these routes. And doing that, I think their safety will be prioritized and the risk could be minimized to the negligible level.
What do you make of government's immediate response, the statement from the Interior Ministry, and what more can government do at this moment?
Definitely, government is doing the right thing. I think from yesterday to today, they would have gotten the briefing. They would have placed some men from the embassy on the ground, considering the fact that we have political arrangements and security arrangements with our neighbors from Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger in particular. Whatever drops on the ground, they will be feeding our presidency or our foreign ministry with the actual details. What is happening is that because the route has become a very high-risk regime, we will need to do more. I am even suggesting that we should set up a centralized market at Boga and Tamale and let the traders ask people to bring the goods from Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali through Yendi or through Paga, which then reduce the risk of traveling deep into Burkina Faso, because where they went was a little bit too deeper, and a terror attack in a surprise manner it took place may leave many people dead, and that is exactly what happened.
Now, this very attack, it happened on Burkinabe soil. We can say that it's a bit far from home, but we share these borders with Burkina Faso. How do we ensure that this terrorism does not spill over onto Ghanaian soil?
What our security agencies have done over the years, sometimes people say we are lucky. Yes, lucky, but it's also because our security agencies have done very well. We established security intelligence frontiers across all our borderlines, which has become a first point of contact. Then number two, the counter-terrorism units of our Ghana Armed Forces, the police, and many of the other security agencies have collaborated very well and have taken steps in ensuring that our territorial borders are secure. What we have also done over the years is to ensure that national sovereignty guarantees are achieved within timelines, and security intelligence is always made available in making sure that decision makers know exactly what they are saying from a position of informed decision-making point. And that has helped us over the years. We will want to continue in that regard, and I believe once we do that, we'll be able to secure our national sovereignty and secure our borders in that regard.
Grateful to you, Mr. Kumado. Richard Kumado is a security analyst helping us with further perspectives on some breaking story coming in from Burkina Faso, where we're told that a terrorist attack happened there and some Ghanaian tomato traders were caught in that attack. Hopefully they are all safe. Let's move on away from that. Cocoa farmers at Adomfe in the Asante Achim South districts of the Ashanti region are protesting the recent reduction in the producer price of cocoa, warning that the decision could severely affect their livelihoods and cocoa production in the area. The development follows an announcement by the finance minister of a downward review of the producer price by about 28% for the rest of the season. There is more in the following report.
The reduction comes on the back of complaints by farmers over the non-payment of cocoa supplied since November last year. Following an emergency cabinet meeting, government announced a series of reforms in the cocoa sector, including the price reduction. Government explained that cocoa prices have declined on the world market, necessitating the review. However, some farmers remain unconvinced. The farmers are demanding the government, at the very least, restore the previous price set under the administration of Nana Akufo-Addo.
Ano pay say kwafo ahia wo ha na ye ne abri papa ye ne so se ko ene ye digina ha asasa wadi ehwamo akwan ya wo fa so wo de bedi abade free MPP for sem no enya sa kwan so na wo di bu oman no wadi ehwamo ankasa ano pay wa ma ye ne abri pa enu ti ya tun kraka kire wo se wo fa ebi to so a de oba ya wo beto ya no ba no anka ho
tibi de make atro mampani mahama ne say de 31 no ananado de beto ho so wo 5 na wo ye free so a obi anu ni asem na mom we ye ni nyina no ye twi odwen asusu se eye kokromotie na de wo bai akonu ne nya wo de a eni afie konu anu aka so o eya medie mesama dibiem eti so person na ban ni gudi a kokonu opa famra 15 million obi ani ni asem because so obi tumi wo woro ka wan dey afu obeti.
According to the farmers, the reduction comes at a time when the cost of living continues to rise, while prices of key farm inputs such as fertilizers, agrochemicals, and labor remain high. They argue that the cut does not reflect the harsh realities they face on their farms.
Level 300. Me want nursing training tepa. Me too many. Me the bachelor's me want tepa. What to school fees? What me go see me dey. Me tiasika no. Me sranu ala want this go no so want school fees no so. E ma me na me ahwe me ma no. Me go hospital me yale enye insurance de. Enti bo se me bia me ban 5 million. Na ma go tia. Me say ya what go Israel. Me dey me 5 million. Ani Mr. Wu, Shababre, where me Jiraho, my batoja, my memory in a cray, I'm a tiasi, baby, I'm free, I was sent so, and son, man, you be unknown, man, you be named a magic, Papa, so Shababy, I'm a question so no, and Cababre, I may or mobile. That's what do Mamma me way, now me to be about Pam, I say, so mammy, then no, because what is one, it's Babri, I mean, your day.
Meanwhile, team lead for the People's Forum, Dennis Miracle Sabuaji, an NPP platform aimed at amplifying the voices of ordinary Ghanaians on national issues, insists the problem stems from inefficiencies at Cocoa Board.
The result of poor trading decisions. They gave you cocoa. You were supposed to do forward sales. As at October 2025, the cocoa prices were peaking. 13,000, 11,000. You could sell it. In fact, Cocoa Board can sell cocoa forward by 24 months, 2 years. You can sell your cocoa 2 years ahead of time. You know cocoa prices usually will hover around $1,600 to $2,000. All of a sudden you wake up, cocoa prices has gone past 10,000, 11,000, going towards 13,000. What do? You can sell and sell leaving your 2027 cocoa.
Now, traders at the Yamfo market in the Tano North municipality of the Ahafo region say their trade is being hampered due to the poor state of the market. The situation gets worse during the rainy season due to leakages in the structure. Trading activities comes to a complete halt in the event of rainfall. The market women are urging authorities to redevelop the market. Channel 1 News' Michael Sapoinfum reports.
Hundreds of women earn their livelihoods at the Yamfo market in the Tano North municipality of the Ahafo region, relying on daily sales to support their families. But the deteriorating condition of the market has become a major concern to the traders. The situation worsens during the rainy season when leaking roofs and muddy grounds disrupt business activities. Parts of the market have also been turned into open places of convenience by some residents, further compounding the challenges. Some of the market women shared their frustrations with our news team.
Yeduano nsuo to ehuna mane papa nsuo to a yete apatana se kra wuntimi ntina nsuo gu yeso ha so nkrofo timi be kokko toilet wo hanom obeba kra de se no usan eplapla nkrofo toilet na anse na watimi ashisha wo niema ntino how de omu pa ye how do so
Ntide na ka chempeni
ntie ka che o mo se esra o mo se o mo ye edwa maye na ye huna mane nsuo to a you run my little chance in you. Yet, you never you know to me at SSN. You're more, and so cold. Tieni how pa o dom ha. Yes, penny was yes, so mama boy, near Wunaman. Oh, dom ha.
I say, you should turn shit, Nema. You show me, and the man, I say, you should say, Nimun, I say, you never be to me, send me Kushia. See, yes, Wabaya dying, am I?
The Member of Parliament for the Tano North constituency, Dr. Gideon Baku, has announced plans to help fix the challenges with the market.
If anybody comes to Yamfo and sees that our market is in such a condition, it doesn't go well for us. So since I became the Member of Parliament, I've been looking around to think about how best we can help to put the Yamfo market into good shape. And by the grace of God, we have been blessed to mobilize some resources. So I decided that in my first year, getting into my second year, I have to begin the redevelopment of the Yamfo market. So basically what we are going to do is to clear all the wooden structures, the roofings, the wooden tables and all of that, such that we can also have proper roofing, proper permanent structures for the market, and then on top of it, put pavement blocks on the floor, such that when it rains, the mud will not be around, and also the market to become pleasant to trade at. That is basically what we are going to do. So in the next few months, we have pleaded with the chiefs and the people at the market to give us the space. What we need now is the space. We need to create the space. And by creating the space, we don't have to do something that will make them worse off. We need to create or find a new place for them to go and ply their trade whilst we are redeveloping this new one.
Market women at the Yamfo market say the redevelopment of this market will go a long way to improve their business and also reduce the stress they go through during the rainy season. From the Yamfo market in the Ahafo region, Michael Saponinfum.
Now back to the Ashanti region, authorities at Manso Adubia Senior High School in the Manso South District are calling on government to urgently address infrastructure challenges on campus. Authorities say the school lacks a boys' dormitory, staff bungalow, a sick bay, classroom furniture, and a science lab. Headmaster of the school, Theophilus Yeboah, says the infrastructure deficit is affecting teaching and learning in the school. There's more in this report by Ashanti Regional Correspondent Tawfiq Mohammed.
The school, established in 1992, is currently facing an infrastructure deficit. It lacks adequate dormitories, furniture, classrooms, science and ICT lab, accommodations for staff, toilet facility and sick bay, which is hindering academic activities in the school. A Channel 1 news visit to the school revealed the deteriorating nature of the boys' dormitory, which can best be described as a death trap. Most of the iron rods are visibly exposed and poses a threat to students' life. Speaking to Channel 1 News, the headmaster Theophilus Yeboah bemoaned that the inadequate infrastructure is affecting teaching and learning in the school. He further noted that anytime a student falls sick, the student has to be taken to a Rainstorm clinic to access health care, which creates inconveniences. The headmaster disclosed that students are forced to use nearby houses or bushes whenever nature calls.
Manso Adubia SHS is be dealt with several challenges, namely inadequate accommodation for staff, science lab. For science lab, we don't even have any. We are only improvising. Boys' dormitory, we don't have any. We are managing. No sick bay. So when a child falls sick, he or she has to be rushed to a Rainstorm hospital, which creates inconvenience for the school. So we are appealing to the authority to come to our aid with the sword cutting ceremony of the newly project fund. It will go a long way to assisting the school to find its feet.
To some of the immediate concerns of the school, the district chief executive for Manso South, Benjamin Yamfo, has cut short for the construction of a 10-unit water closet toilet facility for the school. He further revealed that The Assembly will make some budgetary allocation to help address the infrastructure deficit in the school.
Sanitation has been a problem over there. So whilst I was a teacher there, I witnessed everything. And fortunately, becoming a DC, teaming up with my assembly members and my opinion leaders, we needed to put this facility over there to help the students and the teachers as well. There are other challenges in the school, and once I've been the DC, what I'm trying to do is that every year, every budget that we make, we will earmark one project over there, because we have only one secondary school in the district, and it is important that we also take much importance of some of the problems that we want to solve. So every year we are going to put up one project in Manso Adubia Senior High School.
Meanwhile, the contractor for the project, Suleiman Musa Jaula, has vowed to complete the project in 2 months.
Inshallah, we are going to deliver. We are going to do the job for them to know that we are competent to do that job. So they have given us give us 3 months to complete, but we are also giving them 2 months to complete that project.
You're also watching the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Still ahead. Pupils of Nyan Nsawadze Methodist Basic School in Central Region study under trees after rainstorm ripped off the roofing of their classroom block. We have details in a bit. Please don't go away.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
It's on SuperSport all season long. Pay your subscription today. Dial *759#. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
We are gearing up for the trip of a lifetime. Heritage Caravan 2026. From 1st to 8th March 2026, 8 days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We're touring Ghana in the most spectacular way on the Heritage Caravan, exploring the beauty, history, and stories that make our nation unique. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. The Heritage Caravan 2026 will be fun, educative, refreshing, and most of all, remarkable. Stay connected. Follow Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM across all social media platforms for updates, and join the conversation using the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2026. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from City FM.
And it's proudly sponsored by Holland Insurance, Piva Beverages, Omni Basic Bank, Caveman Watches, Gino, Didi Shito, Goyle, Minimi Achumo, and Admi Granite Paste. And it's supported by Nanes Rice.
Heritage Caravan 2026, experience.
This week on Lifeline, we confront that silent season called feeling stuck, where progress feels slow, direction is blurry, and motivation feels far off. Join Bishop Fred Kwanchi-Mensah as he talks you through the season with his guests and shares steps to helping you overcome it.
Hello, my dear friend. I welcome you especially to Lifeline. I am Fred Kwanchi-Mensah, your host. Let's look at the concept of feeling stuck. What is it? Is it a myth? Is it a perception? Is it a reality? Talk to us.
Very interesting topic, because when we talk of feeling stuck, usually it's a state that people get into. It could be psychological, emotional, spiritual,
And it could actually be physical. Physical, you want to go to the airport, you are catching a flight at 7, and you are caught in a Legon-Ponglo traffic for an hour. You are stuck, you are stagnated, you can't progress.
Lifeline airs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome back. This is the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. I am Charles Osukumi. Now, residents of the Sabu community in the Tolan district of the Northern region have expressed concern over the deplorable state of the Sabu DA Primary School, the only basic school serving the area. The school, which accommodates pupils from primary 1 to 6 in a 3-unit classroom block, is plagued with cracked walls, broken doors and inadequate furniture, making teaching and learning extremely difficult. Our Northern Bureau Chief, Shawana Yusuf, visited the school and filed this report.
From combined classrooms to severe furniture shortages, pupils of Sabu DA Primary School says the poor conditions are negatively affecting their education. Speaking to Channel 1 News, some pupils complained about overcrowding due to combined classes and the lack of desks and chairs, which sometimes forces them to lie on their stomachs to write. They also mentioned the burden of washing their uniforms daily because of the dusty environment.
Banjika gugu na biya to sante. The school and to bar kwese. Intompe. The class to drua the papa. So to bar asanzeno na biya to sante. The shukuma karwa ya katutun. Atanuto to version ya kachantun. So tingar konta disino MP no. Gomnati na biya to sante. The shukuma yeta. Nyala school la to school mami bivela. Tan kana school to zindila tangbana. Ta ka ko si. Tin ka to zina tangban ka tenya ma dara. Tin mera kontra gomnati. No santi to school ma. Tan kana to meeting ya son support. Na ta ko ba asrgan.
Although officials of the Ghana Education Service declined to comment on the matter, community leaders expressed deep concern and called for urgent intervention. According to them, the children described as future leaders deserves better learning conditions than what they are currently experiencing.
The school ma yel moxrapam. Dome ayule duruma da basati. Ndambala yi de pune course kane. Course na karma katna nyer konsi na nyenge dome tira nyer konti assemble kan nyer konti GS ner de ban so le sonte de michel na wakana biagame kunye bihma kana bedondola
yel mosmani ye shikurani mi de tubiya shikura mamang bala kwamne so karpuna ma za kar sa puna ma ne sa ka bima betulam ndere pune biaga ni ya kabna kana bon korne kala punte ni bina so de pune ka ko yon kwalan kolba ha ka dentu ne bi be biya classe be je shikur ka wura ti ma tartam te ya kabna biar pun ko na do bon korne ni bina sa ne biaga kam me karbe do me yon pa ka kana te ni.
The PTA chairman of the Sabu DA Primary, Tahiru Abu, outlined the numerous challenges facing the school and made a passionate appeal for immediate support.
So, to shukuru ya mohozanye shukutuma dutun dabade jela antapa da punuma dabade jela antapa shukura karachi ma dabade babasate to rega tinga konti asa zanima no yuti yo sabia shukutuma zo ka shukutuma na zantan yo sabia ka bima bambama no dayirati.
On his part, the assembly member for the Sabu electoral area, Ahmadu Seidu, said repeated efforts to get the appropriate authorities to address the situation so far yielded no results.
So as we speak now, if you come to the school, the primary 1 and that of primary 2, they have been combined into one classroom. Then primary 3 to 4, they are also in one classroom. Then primary 5 and 6 in one classroom. So if you come to their classrooms, very congested. There's no enough space for them.
He further noted that other schools within his electoral area are facing similar infrastructural and logistical challenges.
I feel so bad. And I feel that it is affecting teaching and learning. Comparing our schools to that of other schools in the urban areas, we realize that our schools, our children are lacking behind.
This, they said, is hampering both teaching and learning and making the state of teaching so inconveniencing, hence impacting teaching and learning. They are calling on authorities to come to their aid to ensure they either give them furniture and also rehabilitate their school block to enhance good teaching and learning. For Channel 1 News, I am Shawana Yusuf reporting from Sabu DA Primary School in the Tolong district.
Well, let's stay with education infrastructure because pupils at Enyan in Sawade Basic School in the central region are holding lessons under trees after Rainstorm ripped off the roof of their classroom block. With a previously collapsed GHS building yet to be rebuilt, parents and community leaders say urgent intervention is needed. Central Regional Correspondent Akwesiado has more in this report.
Nearly a month after a heavy rainstorm hit parts of the community, the kindergarten and primary 1 block remains without a roof. Half of the structure was completely ripped off. Since then, children as young as 5 have been studying beneath trees on the school compound.
The situation is very critical now because we don't have any extra classroom or school block for them. So they sit under the tree. Reported the situation or the building to the district chief executive and the NADMO director. So they sent some of them to come and check it out, but we didn't hear any response for them. As you can see, we want them to help us to roof the building.
Each morning, pupils carry decks from other classrooms and arrange them under limited shade before lessons can begin. School authorities say the situation exposes them to danger. A few days ago, one child reportedly broke a leg after falling while moving furniture. Poor weather conditions also disrupt academic activities.
I'm stranded. I'm happy because Andrew na nsuna eto no kra no na yema no kro no eyamiansa na nsawade ne school ni si nti nsuna eto no Andrew anape kra mama no ntuma ma school because nsuna hwe omo school atena for him.
The school, which serves about 180 pupils from Enyan and Sanwade, Budukwa and Eduakrum, currently has only 6 teachers. Some classes have been merged following the storm damage and the earlier collapse of the GHS block nearly 15 years ago, further disrupting academic work.
We had no GHS block, so we combined them, 2 classes, two in one. And that is how we are managing it.
Aside a 3-unit classroom block built under the HIPIC program in 2002 for the upper primary section, most of the school's infrastructure has been constructed by non-governmental organizations. Community members say repeated appeals for support have gone unanswered. Education
was a co-council. I feel no so I'm a friend now Gundia saying no school. Shoot out there we know could feel by force. How papa and so mama are buying extra buying the bomb wedding. You are out to force school.
Meanwhile, the Central Regional Education Directorate says several basic schools in the region require an urgent intervention to address infrastructural issues.
So when we talk about infrastructure, it is a challenge. We have also furniture problem in both the basic schools as well as the SHS, with beds being an issue. In some communities too, like Mori, I was the district director there. Some of the schools are running shift system, and it is not helping. You go and look at the number of students that are there, plenty, but we don't have That's it. And I think Kaswa too, because it's a dense populated area.
Lessons began at 8 and it's 10 o'clock, and we've had to change our location on 2 consecutive times because the direction of the sun keeps changing. When the sun gets too hot or when there's any sign of rainfall, we would have to suddenly end our classes for the day. This is a situation that needs an urgent attention from authorities. For the Channel 1 Newsroom, I am Akwesi Ado, Enyan in Sawadze, Central Region.
Away from education infrastructure, the National Peace Council in the Ashanti region has intensified engagement with young people with the aim of involving them in major peace campaigns and also to get them to refrain from being used in conflict. In one of such engagements at the Kumasi Technical University, the council entreated students to use dialogue when seeking to address issues in the school and in their respective communities. Our Middle Belt Bureau Chief Hafiz Tijani reports.
The National Peace Council, during the engagement, took students through conflict prevention and resolution. The council also schooled students on the Vigilantism Act and called on them not to allow themselves to tamper with the peace and stability in the country.
Most of the time, unfortunately, the young people are used to create problems, violence, and sometimes some of them lose their lives, and sometimes there's a lot of destruction. And yet, they are the same people we see as future leaders. So we want them to understand that they should not allow themselves to be used to create problems for the future that we want to leave behind for them. They should rather help us build a better future so that when we are no more there, they will have a better Ghana to live in instead of running to other people's countries. Because if they destroy theirs, I'm sure most of them will not want to run there.
Management of the Kumasi Technical University says it is strengthening systems that will promptly address the concerns of students and foster a conducive teaching and learning environment.
And so as an institution, we try to put together structures that will always help them report to appropriate individuals or offices when they are in need, when they have challenges, when there is some misunderstanding of issues. And so when those things also get to those officials, they also make sure that they are able to handle the issues well to help the student. For instance, my office as the Dean of Students, all the time there are a lot of issues coming on board. There are hostel matters, you know, some of them are in private hostels, but they will bring their issues there. We need to go there and find out what is happening. In our own hostels, we go there to solve their problems.
The Students' Representative Council believe such engagements will help build a cordial relationship between university management and students.
We realized that some past executives, they conducted some demonstration and then they restricted a lot of activities on campus. Yeah, so we also wanted to learn from it and also treat the students for them to know that, oh, it is not everything that you go by violence. Sometimes it is just a peace talk. A jojo means that we use to solve issues like this. Yeah, so conflict, and also we've learned that conflict is not always negative. Yes, that is the misconception that a lot of people are having.
The Peace Council pledged to sustain its engagement, especially with the youth, to help manage conflict.
The National Peace Council says it is strengthening its engagement, especially with young people, to preach to them the essence of peace in their daily activities. Hafiz Tijani, Channel 1 News, KSTU, Ashanti Region.
This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom, here on Channel 1 TV, still to come. NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia urges party unity and hard work ahead of election 2028. Stay with us. The news will be back in a moment.
Topics on DSTV. A fresh face alongside a host of new personal and professional troubles await the crew at Firehouse 51.
The city needs a leader like you.
The Skinwalker team return to investigate even more unexplained paranormal phenomena around the U.S.
They can see these portals.
And a doctor and a mystic join forces to help the vulnerable.
I am completely prepared to follow your orders today.
Stay connected to the unmissable on your home of entertainment, DSTV.
Bestie, meet my lovely family.
I mean, we can do that whilst I'm seated and eating. Let me put on the food before we eat.
He will be here for days, and I only find out at a family dinner on the day that he arrives.
Morning, family.
Everything in the kitchen is actually gone.
You know, in the UK, I work like a donkey, but here, I eat like a monkey.
My noodles just vanished like a spirit had brunch.
He finished my slightly burnt oil rice.
Half a crate of eggs cannot just poof, disappear.
Good morning, all.
Lisa, have you by any chance gone to the kitchen?
Madam, unless the kitchen walks to me my sleep, we are there in the kitchen.
If I die, won't you serve food at my funeral?
Hey! Heaven save us! Now what's
Bestie.
Away, Dad! I'm sure he's gone.
Good morning! I thought you were gone.
The Blankson family is here. The vibe is too much.
Ago Ghana, this much, we don't just remember where we're from, we celebrate who we are. Our stories, our culture, our rhythm, our pride. And it all begins with an evening designed to set the tone for an unforgettable Heritage Month. Join us as we officially launch the Heritage Month 2026 in grand style, color, and culture. Date is Wednesday, 25th February 2026. The venue is the Channel 1 TV Gardens. The time is 5:30 p.m. prompt. It will be an evening of culture, conversation, music, fashion, and storytelling as we unveil the exciting lineup of events and programs specially curated for you this March. From powerful cultural experiences to engaging community moments to celebrations that connect generations. The Heritage Month 2026 promises something for everyone. This is more than a lunch. It's a gathering of cultural lovers, a meeting of tradition and modern expression, a night that sets the heartbeat for the month ahead. The Heritage Month Launch 2026. We will see you there. This event is strictly by invitation.
Thank you for staying with us here on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Let's now do some NPP politics. Flag bearer for the party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has urged members of the party to unite and work tirelessly towards victory in the election 2028. He made the call at a national Thanksgiving service held after the party's presidential primary. Channel 1 News' Manso Adubia reports.
The UPSC auditorium was filled with party faithful as the NPP held a national Thanksgiving service following its January 31 presidential primary. The event featured praise and worship along with special prayers for the party's flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
To surrender the future into the hands of the Lord. Because we know that it is God who makes kings. Pray that the will of God will be done. Father, in the name of Jesus, we come before your throne of grace. Trusting not in our own goodness, but Lord, in your righteousness. We come before your throne of grace just to say thank you. We unite with your servant, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and the wife, just to say thank you.
Before the reading of scripture, Minority Leader Alexander Penyomakin criticized the government over the ongoing cocoa sector crisis, which has left several farmers unpaid for months.
NDC are buying. The Army President MPP Nibia catcher NDC are buying, say. And yeah, bro, for Cassiana, or more can one crying. Na social media, na CSOs, or more kaka bro for Cassia, cocoa farmers, or more promusika, formusika bomb. Cocoa farmer bia ekweni bia lucy 10 million per bag. And noni asemwa yeka. Into wiki minority for parliament. Ebeye putu. Cocoa farmers or musika no ombetua.
Dr. Baumia, addressing the gathering, likened his victory in the primary to the stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone.
I am strengthened and inspired by Psalm 23, verses 118 to 22, which tells us that the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. And that is why on this day, as we celebrate and give thanks together, I want to ask all of us from the bottom of my heart to forgive each other for some of the unpalatable things we may have said against one another during this election cycle.
He called for unity within the party, urging members to forgive one another for any grievances that may have arisen during the campaign period. Dr. Baumia also stressed that victory in 2028 would require hard work and unity, cautioning that success would not come on a silver platter.
What we have to do is to deepen our concentration on what we have in common and put less emphasis on what we differ on. The road ahead will demand discipline, sacrifice, and hard work. Victory in 2028 will not be gifted to us. It must be earned, constituency by constituency, household by household, with humility and purpose.
The party further announced that proceeds from the offertory collected during the service will be donated to the Bible Society of Ghana to support its activities.
As the New Patriotic Party laces its boots for the 2028 general election, it believes strongly that this Thanksgiving service is not only an appreciation to God for a successful presidential primary, but will ensure that the heaven aligns in their favor in the next general election. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Manso Adubia, Accra.
Residents of Nungua, Ayigbe Town, a suburb of Accra, are struggling with water scarcity. Daily life has been disrupted as taps remain dry, despite assurances from the Ghana Water Limited. Kennedy Chumes visited the community and reports.
For weeks, many homes in Nungua have had no running water. What was once a basic necessity has now become a daily burden. Residents wake up at dawn to fetch and store water. According to them, water flows through their taps only once a week. Whole week, have you had access to water?
No, only once. Yeah. Or I think it was Thursday or Wednesday. Okay. Yeah. So maybe today maybe we are expecting that they will open, but it can change to Friday.
Since this issue started, we were not having a reservoir to store more water. So we have to go for reservoirs
like the one they just built, is new. It's not old, it's new. It's due to this lack of water. So we have to get tanks and store more water for the community. And yet the one we've gotten is not enough for the community. So we are just pleading to the government to come to our aid. Yes, they should talk to the contractors working on the distilled water to supply us the water.
The shortage has been linked to the closure of the desalination plant which supports water supply to Nungua, La and Teshi. Residents describe the situation as unbearable.
We want the government to fix the water problem because these days there is no people, we don't have money enough to buy the water. It really affects. Even if you want to give money to your children to go to school, you use that money to buy water and you don't get money for your children to go to school. So it really affects us.
Despite the shortage, residents accuse the Ghana Water Company Limited of issuing high water bills. Here is an opinion leader in Nungua, Aigbe Town, speaking to Channel One News.
Yesterday, that's 3 days ago, I went and paid my water bill. And when I pay, I saw the water bill. I found out that no, I don't consume that much. And the water bill they give me is so shocking. So when I went there yesterday to verify from them, I was told that they changed my residence use to commercial use. So I asked them why. They said the guy reading the meter saw that I'm selling water. And this community, everybody have pipe in his or her house. So if the water is flowing, do you think that somebody will come from somebody's house and come and fetch water? And my bill was almost 800. Water flow just once in a week. So say 4 times in a week. And I was billed almost 800. This is January bill. This is the total. 756. Already I went and paid because I'm owing 312 cedis. So I went and paid 500 cedis so that I will have carry forward. So that when January bill come, I can have credit. And January bill come, I was rather billed again for 569 cedis.
The shortage has created business for private water vendors. A gallon of water now sells for 5 cedis. Sellers say demand has increased significantly. You are supplying this to a compound house, right?
Yes.
How many rooms are in your compound house?
Just 4.
4. Yeah. And these gallons of water are for the 4 people?
5 each.
Yeah. 5 each? Yeah. Are you selling them?
Yeah, I'm selling. And 1 gallon is 5 cedis.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Water Company Limited has acknowledged the problem. The company says a meeting among stakeholders will be held to agree on a roadmap to see the operationalization of the desalination plant.
Excellency President John Dramani Mahama has directed that the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Attorney General Works and Minister of Justice and Attorney General, Ghana Water Limited, and the shareholder and letters of the desalination should engage for amicable solution to getting back the desalination plant. We'll be meeting on the 19th of February, and we are pushing hard to make sure that it's resolved once and for all, and the plant will start and produce water to the people of Teshi, Nungua, Sakumono, Spintes, Ladade Kotopong, for all those places to have water. So I plead, have patience for us. We are working around the clock to fix it.
Residents at Nungua and its environs are hopeful that a meeting between the Ghana Water Limited and its stakeholders will see to the operationalization of the Nungua desalination plants to avert or prevent the constant water challenges that they've been facing. Reporting for Channel One News, I am Kennedy Chumisi.
And this is where we end this edition of the Channel One Newsroom here on Channel One TV. Do visit our website, channel1newsonline.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One TV. Download the Channel One TV app on the Google Play Store. I'm Charles Ozukume. Thank you for watching.